All right, so we are at the grand opening for Serge Tesker. Welcome to the show. Congratulations, man. It's awesome to have you. So you've got an amazing gallery here. You've got, what, 60 pieces. So how's it feel to have your first show? How's it feel to be doing your first show?
Very much fulfilling.
Fulfilling and tiring. You're going to sleep tomorrow, but not tonight.
Not tonight. No.
So
great.
So tell us the focus of the show. You've got all your Italian landscapes. What's going on here?
It's not only landscapes. It's the people
All
too.
people, the people
right?
too, right? Yeah.
And that's what it says here, right?
Yeah. So €1 Italy.
When I initially boarded on this trip or on this venture or this project, it was about the architecture and landscape because I thought that's the only thing that's left of those villages.
Right.
But I was wrong.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people, not a lot, sometimes small amount of people, but yeah, people. It shifted, the focus shifted from architecture and landscape over to people.
Right.
Because the people I found there were fascinating. They live in a small town in nowhere, and they keep it beautiful. And the energy is fantastic, and they still take care of the place, and they bake bread, they do stuff out of wood, they work.
So
Make it beautiful.
So this was based on what you did a couple trips to Italy to get this trip done, right? And so did you go? Is it the same part of Italy each time, or did you go to two different?
It's Italy from north to Sicily.
Okay, north to
So
Sicily.
it's all the way from north to Sicily and back. And the main points on my trip was the villages that are participating in this house for €1 program, where you can buy a room for €1, but you're obligated to restore it in 3 years and restore it to the looks of the regional, or as close as possible, or to the looks of the village. So those villages were points on the map, but then there was other villages as well, because you can't miss when you hit something and it's fantastic, and it's still in the same realm with very minimal people caring about this place here.
Great. Well, it's a wonderful show. So wish you nothing but luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Gallery. I'll be your master of ceremonies for a few people who will step up to the podium and introduce themselves and introduce the exhibitions that are opening tonight. We have 3 openings really tonight. The first one that I want to mention is in our front lobby on the large wall. It's entitled Horizon, and there's a collection of panels that represent a book that was published. It's a collection of children's stories from different countries and different cultures from around the world, and it was published by one of our board members, Gina Vale. And so that's on the large wall in the front lobby. The other exhibition that I'm very happy to introduce tonight is by a group of artists that have organized themselves under the title of SOVA, or Southern Ontario Visual Artists. And their paintings and their watercolors are on view on this level. And I'll now mention the artists on view. There's a table, of course, in the middle of the gallery with brochures about the exhibition and about the individual artists. The exhibition features Lyndon Cohen, Robert Chisholm, Helen Duplessis, Joanne Lomas, Charlene Nichols, Margaret Pardee, Lynn Schumacher, and Janice Yakima, and Steve Wilson. It's always a challenge, both for the artists and for the curators, to put together an exhibition that has so many different subjects and different styles of art, a very eclectic gathering of paintings. But as a group effort, I think you'll agree that the installation turned out beautifully, and there's really something here for everyone. The artists who are on view are variously award-winning artists, and they exhibit both locally, of course, nationally and internationally. And the exhibition continues until May 28th. And now it's my pleasure to introduce you to Emanuele Lepri. He is the Director of Cultural Programming for Villa Charities here at Columbus Center.
Thank you, Flavio. So I welcome, of course, as Flavio said, both Gina Valle's panels at the entrance and the artists from the Southern Ontario Visual Artists Collective. It's a lovely ensemble of different styles of paintings. And I would like to spend a few words about the exhibition upstairs by Serge Tesker on €1 Italy or €1 per una casa. When Serge connected with us, we immediately felt somewhat of something in our heart of Italian Canadians, immigrants, resonated as he was going to do a project on the very villages and the very rural communities that were left depopulated by the Italians that left to pursue a better future and came here and are part of our fabric and of our Columbus Center and Villa Charities. So in some ways, Serge captured the very essence of what we're all about living for a better future, but then again, looking at the poetry and the beauty of these places that were left behind. Now, as you know, Italy is probably, together with Japan, one of the oldest, as average age country in the world. Italians don't have babies anymore after having too many at a certain point. They just change their mind abruptly and are dealing now with immigration instead of immigration. So the world has turned around, and but everybody, just like anywhere in the world, wants to live in big cities where there's services, where there's hospitals, entertainment, supermarkets, and so forth. So these beautiful hamlets, rural villages are becoming more and more depopulated and abandoned. So the project, which in itself, as you will see, and some of you have already appreciated their beautiful photographs, I think resonates greatly with our community and what we're doing here in some ways. And I wouldn't be surprised if the children and grandchildren of those who left for Canada would be willing to spend the €1 to buy a place back in Italy. So it would be somewhat coming back into circle the mobility project, the mobility idea of moving countries and quality of life. So we felt that this was a great project for us, and so we congratulated Serge, of course, and we embarked on this project together. And so back he was in Italy during winter. That was interesting winter both here and for once it was a harsh winter in Italy as well. So as you can tell from some of the photographs, but I think that you will enjoy them. And some of you have already been through the gallery, through the show, but you will appreciate it. And I think it really took someone that was both Canadian, Russian, to really capture the poetry of the Italian small villages. I think the photographs are beautiful. Congratulations, Serge. And I think they really convey that kind of poetry and lyric beauty that these small villages have. And if you find yourself, in your pockets €1, you might give it a thought that you can invest it back in those small villages. So join me in welcoming Serge to say a few words.
I'm going to keep it really short. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be here tonight and welcome everyone to my first ever solo exhibition. I do not have a list of people to thank tonight. It's not because I want to keep it short, and it's not because I'm afraid to miss a name or two, but because I am immensely thankful for all of you to come out here tonight. And I honestly think that showing your support by coming here to see the result of my work is in fact as valuable to me as the support I received while working on this project. A few months ago, just before I set out on my second photo trip to Italy, I was on the phone with Steve Richard, a world-renowned Canadian fine art photographer, who told me, Sergey, please don't think that what you do in this project is important to anybody but you. It's the worst pitfall you can get into. The most important thing is to put every effort into building your story and to keep weaving your narrative. I followed his advice and created the visual story I wished for, and I'm happy with it. And now it's time to let you, the spectators, to judge for yourself and see if this story resonates with you and if it stirs your emotions. And I'm all yours this evening to help you find out more about my photographs. Any questions? Welcome. Buona serata. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And as Sergey said, he's here to speak to about his story and his narrative. And so also are the artists from Sova. So please engage the artists in discussing their inspiration and their work. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.